broadcast signal strength here. So these small programs you're talking about, you're feeling those are the ones like. How do you feel about like the presence of the federal government in like places like Portland?
I think they should have went in there and cleaned clocks and stopped it right off the bat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I mean, look at the property they destroyed.
Sure. The you see quite a diverse crowd here.
Yes,
The
it is.
yeah. People are bailing early. Do you think they've kind of heard what they wanted to hear?
I've been standing there a long time, and my back is killing me.
What time did you get here today?
I was about 3 o'clock.
Oh, geez, yeah, you guys have been doing it.
Yeah.
You've been doing it. Okay. Well, get on a bus. Get
All
out
right.
here. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
You bet.
All right. How you doing? Let's talk to these guys right here. What's up, y'all? How'd it go? You mind if I say hi to you real quick? Great. How was it?
It was fantastic. Yeah.
What was the highlight?
Um,
Trump.
he's so
You know he's still speaking, right?
well, we've been here for a long time.
It's been
a long
like 7
time.
hours now.
Wow. You guys
Feet are tired.
trooping it. Okay. You're from the area?
Yeah.
Lake Geneva.
Lake Geneva. Okay. Beautiful area. How do you feel? What's the temperature right now in the political race here in Wisconsin? How are you feeling?
They like to say that they're, it's more democratic, but it's truly
You
Republican.
drive everywhere around us, and for every, I'd say, one Biden sign you see at least 10 to 20 more of Trump ones.
Now, if it's such a tight race, you don't think?
Yeah.
I don't think it's tight at all.
Okay, so I guess asking why you don't see more Biden, support out here would be a dumb question.
Yeah.
Oh, so they just don't like to show other than when they're in crowds. There is no kids or because he's a crook. That too. But, no.
Shots from the gallery. How do you feel? How do you feel the temperature is with places like Kenosha and other places like Portland, Seattle, where Trump has wanted to come in and show a presence, but hasn't really had the support from local government?
That's a tough one, just because I think like Madison, like all these places here, all our big cities, that's where most of the tension is. You come out here where it's not as big and it's more rural, and it's just we have all the support and we just want him to be here and to thrive. And out there, they have the government or local government backing, Democratic, and so it's the constant battle of the people want something other than what our local government want.
I think there's a small percentage of people who are backing Biden, and there's a
Oh, yeah.
large majority is backing Trump, and just the Democratic Party doesn't want to show that. They don't want people to really know that. And that's true. They're hoping people don't, there's just no point in voting, I guess. If Biden's going to win, I'll just not go. But that's not the case. President Trump is going to win by a landslide. God's going to show up, man. God's showing up.
All right. Last question for you, then I'll let you guys get out of here. What's the best thing you feel Trump right now could do for our future generations? Like, what is something he could do right now with his policy?
The Supreme Court is the judges he's already picked are phenomenal, and getting this judge through will be awesome for our future generations.
So we're hoping that'll be a long-seated judge then that'll be able to help get policy change and help work on things that are going to go ahead and.
Constitution, bring these judges in for the Constitution, the Republic.
For the Republic. Okay, good deal. Hey, thanks for the time, guys. I appreciate it. All right, happy travels. Enjoy. Take care. I'm you're hearing him. Just curious about what brings you out, and what your hopes are for the future here in 2020. So what brings you out?
We came out because we wanted to see the president.
Okay.
We just thought that would be pretty cool.
Right.
My girlfriend here, she's been a lifelong Democrat, but she likes Donald Trump.
Okay. Tell us
He
about
can.
that.
I don't know. He converted me a little bit.
He did.
Yeah, historically, I've always voted Democrat,
I
but
wouldn't say I did. I think the information maybe I shared.
I just don't think Joe Biden is healthy.
You mean physically healthy, not like healthy for the nation, but healthy for his
among other things, I don't think he is physically healthy or fit.
Or fit.
Yes.
Got you.
And I would say I don't think. I just think.
Yeah, man. How you doing? I watched you, man.
Oh, thank you.
On your stream.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Sorry
I
about
think
that.
for us too, that's fine. I think the reason we came out too is we wanted to see the president. I think we promote a positive environment, like this has been very nice. It's been very positive. And we're very pro-American, regardless of political affiliation. We want somebody in office who we believe is going to do what's best for the people who live in this country, and it's every person who lives in this country. And if I saw a candidate under a Democrat who was running under a Democratic political party, and I believed that they cared about the country first and about advancing the country and the future of the lives of the people that live here, I would vote for them. But I don't see that right now. The things that are important to me are power to individuals and not to the government. I believe that you can tell how well a country's doing not by how much money its government has, but by how much money the citizens within it have. What quality of life do they have? What individual freedoms do they have? And in the way I view government and individuals is, I really like it when individuals work together to help each other, and that really was what formed government, in my modest opinion. You know, you've got a group of people get together and they form a government to service each other and to run the needs that need to be done at a higher level. But when government becomes too large, it becomes intrusive upon the lives of the people that it was originally intended to improve. So I don't like to see, well, I don't want to talk about what I don't like. I do like to see a government that takes care of the needs that need to be done by the people, but doesn't overreach and start infringing upon the individual liberties of the people that are living, that originally established that government in the first place. So for me, I think the individual's right, within reason obviously, to bear arms is highly important.
You feel that's a common thread? I mean, you see that kind of go hand in hand with the Second Amendment, like support, and the Republican Party.
Yes.
I mean, that you feel like that's a big turnkey situation for.
I believe that the Second Amendment is essentially the ability, because when it was written, it had nothing to do with hunting or anything. I know you know, I'm sure you know that. So it's essentially the ability of the tree of liberty must be watered from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. I believe that was Thomas Jefferson. And essentially, the Second Amendment was put in place because this country was founded by people who had just fought a war against their own government. They had just fought and died against their own government in order to have freedom and liberty. And they created this government that was amazing. They created something that could be run by people, for the people, of the people. And they knew that over time, certain people would invade that system and begin to draw power from it, and grow and take more and more power and increase that reach onto the people. And when it no longer became the government of the people, for the people, by the people, it became the people's, not only their ability, but their duty, their American duty to reinstate and overthrow that government and reinstate a new government, as this government was originally overthrown and reinstated to create the government we have and we share and we love today. So I think that's probably one of the most important needs that people feel, because if someone's coming after firearms of individuals, a government who's of the people doesn't need to disarm the people.
Right.
So that's something that everyone should be concerned about. Whether or not you own a firearm in your home, whether or not you hunt, it doesn't matter. And it's not your neighbor that I think people should be afraid of. The largest atrocities committed on mankind are committed by government, because there's something called groupthink. When you get a group of people together and they start to act, they'll do things in a large group that they would never do individually.
It's, I mean, commonly referred to as mob mentality as well. And I mean, you see it on a street level where those things do happen.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I think when you keep the ability of the individual to own it, we're just speaking on the Second Amendment, to own a firearm, you allow the individual to essentially be free, because if you're not empowered, you're not free. Gotcha.
I appreciate you sharing that. You got someone to officiate at your guys' wedding, Trump or Biden? Who's it going to be?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a deeper question than just that. Yeah, there it is. He just showed up. He's like, "Oh, slow it down. Let's vote first, and then we'll move on to wedding vows." You guys.
If I had to choose one, I'd say Trump.
All right, good. But you already chose her, so it's great.
Yeah.
You made the right decision. I got you, bud. You're good. You guys are great. Thanks for the time. Appreciate you. Enjoy it. Take care. Did I hear you say you're going to be the first female president?
I sure hope so.
Okay. Tell us
Or
about
senator, we'll see.
that. Or senator. Well, you got to start somewhere.
Yes, we do.
Baby steps.
Yes.
What's your name?
Chloe Trosh.
Chloe Trosh. Are you running 2024?
Maybe not 2024, maybe 2044.
2044.
Around that
Chloe
time.
Trosh, 2044.
Yeah, around
Okay.
that time, that should be
What's
the
your platform?
Make America tolerant again.
Make America tolerant again. Okay.
On both
Okay.
sides.
Okay.
You got to be accepting of other people's views. not shut down the media on certain platforms, not keeping
Can't
conservatives
agree.
quiet on social media platforms. They have some of the most engagement on Facebook and on Twitter, and they're being so underrepresented, and I think that's a huge issue. Okay, especially you. You know, your media, you know the deal.
Yeah, we deal with it. Yeah, we deal with it. How you doing, bud? This is the first female president, 2044.
Look at it.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
You're 18. Get in here, bud. Let's talk to you too. How old are you, bud? What's up? I'm CJ. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
I'm Mason Parker.
Mason Parker. Mason Parker. This is Chloe.
Hi, Mason.
How old are you, Mason?
11.
11. What brought you out today?
Did the sign next to the sign we did.
That's right. Oh shoot, Chris. What's up, man? Wow, small world, bud. Okay. So what brought you out?
Because usually my dad got me into Donald Trump, and then I got really into it, and he told me all this cool stuff about it, so that's how I got into it. Yeah.
Cool stuff about you. What's the coolest thing you've heard about Donald Trump? And tell Chloe too, because she needs to know.
Let's see.
No wrong answer here. You can say whatever you want, bud.
That he has cool hair. And
He has cool hair.
he's tan. Yeah, he's tan. Yeah, he likes to help the country a lot, and he loves America.
You love America?
Yeah.
Right on, man. You like the Cubs?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a good deal. Chloe's platform is going to be about making America tolerant. Do you feel like people get along enough right now, or do we need more people learning to get along?
We need more people learning to get along a lot.
How do you think people could do that better?
You could. Thank you. So we can do these the book clubs and stuff. You guys could get to know each other and stuff, or you could make more friends.
There you go. Social gatherings where we can, in some way kind of have conversations, yeah? Could you get behind that, Chloe, in your platform for 2044?
I am 100% behind it. I'll give it to you. I promise it. Book clubs.
It sounds like you might have a running mate right now.
You want to be my VP?
Sure.
Vice President right there.
Come on, fist bump me.
I'm with it. We'll all get in there. Boom.
This is my VP.
There it is. That's awesome, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for taking the time. I appreciate you talking to me, bud. All right, we'll see you later. Okay, I'll be in town. I'll be out in Kenosha. I'll see you guys around. All right, take care. Chloe, thank you for the time. Appreciate you. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. All right, take care. Oh, you're welcome.
I'm a U.S. Army veteran. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Like I say, I support our veterans and our military. I know what it's like, and I did it 39 years ago when there was no war. And I thank Trump for whatever he's doing, and I want to see another 4 years.
Okay.
The only thing that we need to do is start working with the low-income veterans, for they don't have any place to go. If it wasn't for my roommate taking me in, I'd be on the street.
Do you feel like the VA is underservicing the veterans right now?
In some way, yes. And as a female veteran, I just had surgery 2 weeks ago on the appendix up at Madison VA, and I've gotten some of the best treatment. But my concern is the fact we've got so many homeless veterans that are on low income. I'm making $9.75 an hour.
Do you feel like Wisconsin has a lot more than other states of homeless veterans?
They got an awful lot more. Down in Tennessee, where I just came back from Nashville, they got so many programs down there that I'm looking for a job down there full time. I'm only making $9.75 up here. I can make $12 to $14 an hour. I'm 61 years old, and I need to get something full time.
What kind of work is it that you find yourself able to do as a retired,
I'm not retired.
or not retired? Sorry.
That's okay. I've got my resume out. What I really like to do is help with the female veterans to get them more motivated to start speaking out. Because I was sexual harassed while I was active duty, and it's been hell for us. So for being a female veteran, I just want to see the pay raise go up and help the veterans more, because they all have issues. But those serving that are coming back, what the families are doing with PTSD, they need all the help we can.
Do you feel right now that Donald Trump, POTUS, on stage behind us, is leaning in the direction of servicing the needs that you have right now?
Yes.
You do.
Yes, I do, 100%. And I'm very proud of him, because if you look at Obama and all them, they didn't do enough. I'm sorry to say it, but they didn't do enough for us. And all I can say is I'm for 100% for the veterans of this country. You look at the Vietnam era, these guys got spit on, and everything else. And I went in the military because my uncle served in Vietnam. And now my family will have nothing to do with me.
Really?
Yeah, because I served. So
Because you served in the military, your family, they're that strongly against the even though your uncle had served in Vietnam.
I am the only female, the only granddaughter, the only niece that's ever served.
Really?
So, but
What now with your family that doesn't support you as a veteran? Do you feel? Do you feel that your family? How are they voting? How would you say?
I have no idea, but I'm voting for Trump all the way. My roommate and I are both veterans, and he's 82 years old, and we're both Trump supporters. And God bless America, we need to keep it. And when you talk about law enforcement, my son was murdered by law enforcement in 2006, and they covered it all up, and by white police officers. And
Where was that?
I was in the state of Nevada. My son was Joshua Brinkley. He was killed by law enforcement on February 2nd, 2006, and they covered it up. They released his name to the media, and nothing, I can't get justice for it.
Well, I hope you do. I hope you do.
Thank you all so much, and God bless you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
have a good night.
All right, you too. Well, we played this just right because the line for the bus now went from about a quarter mile that way to right behind us here. So we'll be here for a minute. Yeah, of all the people, there's thousands of people here. We run into someone from, Chris from Kenosha. It's wild. It's wild. Yeah, well, there's going to be plenty of folks to talk to here. What's up, y'all? You want to say hi? To everyone in there? My name's CJ. I do a live stream called CJ TV. And, well, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you. Clinton, Iowa, Peoria, Illinois.
Clinton, Iowa.
Clinton, Iowa. Well, you guys made some travel, huh? Yeah. What's your shirt say here? Okay. You guys are repping that Trump merch, huh?
I made it.
Oh, you made it? Oh, okay. I thought maybe he was just diversifying the portfolio to increase his revenue stream. Okay. So what brought you guys all out? To support Trump?
Yes.
Was there anything in particular that you wanted to hear or see?
No.
Other than him, obviously. You know he's still speaking, right?
Yeah, we know.
There's like 10,000 people here.
There are a lot of people here.
We watch every rally, so
Yes, we do.
my family's watching it right now at home.
Okay.
And
Hopefully they're tuned into CJ TV watching it.
We have an uncle that was the sheriff of Rock County for over 20 years.
Okay.
So he's here too. For law enforcement.
So you guys got a little bit of time left to figure out who you're going to vote for.
Minds are made up.
Don't be hasty, okay? There's still some time.
If you care about this country, there is no option.
Tell me about that now. Now, people, because you hear this a lot, it didn't used to be throughout the course of a lot of there were times, but now it almost feels like if you want to save America, you need to vote Trump. I've been hearing that a lot. Now, why do you feel that is? Like, if let's say Biden takes it.
Oh, Lord help me.
We're moving to Belize.
Yeah, we're
Moving to Belize. Okay.
Yep.
No,
What's going to happen?
My family is a family of veterans.
Okay.
I served, my husband served, my son served. Biden is not for us. We have not seen the Democrats do anything to protect our country or our veterans. He has helped with the choice program. Even though Obama started it, Trump has made it better. Everything he touches, he has made better.
So again, I asked, what do you think is going to happen? Like, if Biden wins, like that's going to.
Socialist country.
Okay.
Tell us what we can do and what we can't do. And I don't like that. I like my freedom, not feardom.
Freedom, not feardom. Okay. Yeah.
Always freedom over feardom. And that's what they want. They want you to be controlled by their policies, not by your rights. So the Constitution to them really is just a doormat into another society.
Do you find yourselves? Have you always been Republican?
Conservative. Difference.
Now, do you see the times of being like center left, center right? That doesn't, you don't see that as much anymore nowadays. Why do you think that is?
I think our country has become so divided and so politicized. Everything you do is a political issue. Where you stand on any issue is either you're right or left. There's no in between.
Okay, here's a big one for you guys. Now we're talking about polarizing politics, right? One of the things you've been seeing a lot, and I've been seeing it personally across the country where I've been, is you've got a Republican Party and then the black community. Like, people have made that weird divide now where it's, if you're a Republican, you must be against the black community. And I've been seeing that a lot. What are your thoughts on that? You know what I'm talking about with these weird, like, conflicting viewpoints they want to put against each other. And I'm not understanding how that happens.
Democrats push hate.
I don't think so. I just don't think they want to hear about the fact that people do get along in this world. I have lived all over the world, and I don't see the hate that I was told everybody hates America. I lived in Turkmenistan, next to Afghanistan, for 3 years. They didn't hate us.
I was in Egypt. They loved me.
I was there during 9/11. They didn't hate us. So when you take and you use people as tools, that's what they're doing. They're pawns. And it's a really bad game of chess, and it's only hurting the country.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time, y'all. Go ahead and get in line there. Yeah, take care. Interesting. I hope you guys know the kind of the angle that I was going for with that question. What's going on, boss? Was that you do see a lot of these polarized differences between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. Obviously, that's going to be a difference. But you're seeing this. I've been seeing this like, well, if you're Republican, you must be a white supremacist or a racist. You know, and you've heard it, you've seen it. You guys know what I'm talking about. So it's always interesting to talk to folks that have or have not heard that same thing, their views on that. How we doing? Hey. What's up? How you doing? All right. Well, that line's actually moving. That's great. It's surprising. I didn't think they were going to be moving buses until he was done. Yeah, until he was done. Come talk to me, bud. What's your name? Is it cool that he's on camera right now? Mom, Dad, we're good? Okay, good deal. What's your name?
Russell.
Russell. Where are you from, Russell?
Boyd, Wisconsin.
Okay. What brought you out today?
I just came out to see Trump.
Yeah. That guy right there?
Yep.
What do you think of Trump?
He's a good president.
Okay.
He wants to build a wall around America. I think that's great.
Okay. Keep all those Canadians out, right?
True.
It's about time we get those Canucks and their maple syrup out of here. Okay. So have you ever seen Trump before?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I haven't seen him in Milwaukee when he was doing a whatever.
Rally.
Yeah.
Rally. Yeah. Okay.
Out in Milwaukee.
Okay. Do you think Trump he's going to be a good president for the next 4 years?
Yep. I think he will.
Okay.
I think he will run for 4 more years.
Who do you think your parents are going to vote for?
Trump.
You think you're going to vote for Trump? I don't know. She's got a Biden sign. Just kidding. Everybody stopped. Like, wait a minute. Well, that's cool. I appreciate you talking to me, man. Yeah. Good deal. Well, it's good to see you promoting young voting. Yeah? How old are you? 22, 23?
9.
19, 20?
9.
9? Can't pick your nose on camera, bud. Just kidding. He dipped. Well, thanks for talking to me, man. I appreciate it. CJTV? No, I'm international. Yeah, I'm on social networks, so I do on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Yeah, so we're pushing that decentralized media platform right now. Yeah. You guys want to say hi?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Come on in. Let's we'll get you stand right over here. That way we can still get the big jumbotron in the background there. There we go. Right here's good. Right here's great. Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it all the way. What's your name?
Peter and Diane.
Diane. Pleasure to meet you.
Momgren from Waterman, Illinois.
Awesome. What brought y'all out today?
Oh, we like Trump.
Cutest little kid on the planet.
This is what brought me out.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah.
Red hat for the baby.
4 more years.
Okay.
And guess what? I was born into a Democrat family.
Okay.
I know the truth when I see it. That's the problem with the Democrats. They're just lying all the time.
Okay. What do you think is the biggest lie that they're telling?
You just can't believe it. It's all just every single thing is wrong. How about what's the only thing they've ever said that would be good? And you have to look real hard to find one thing that's good. And you can't. And they talk all day long. And there's nothing good about it. Not for us.
Well, not for nothing, but Trump can talk quite a bit too.
Well, he's good.
He's got a lot to say.
He's an honest guy. He's got about 1,000 times the energy of anybody else his age.
Sure.
I know that.
What do you think is going to be the best thing that's going to be coming to the table if he were to become POTUS for the next 4 years?
I don't know. He's just going to keep on doing what he's doing. I don't think that anybody realizes how much he's changed our country in 4 years because he's been getting hammered the whole
The man
time.
knows his numbers. If you know your numbers, you can follow mathematically what he has to say.
He's really good at delegating responsibility. You got Mike Pence. The guy should be a president. He's unbelievable. Pompeo, unbelievable. All his guys, every single one of his guys, just a complete superstar. And he delegates that out. His Kaylee, the new.
He doesn't do it all himself. He does not do all the work himself. He lets other people work with him.
So you really get behind his entire cabinet then? You feel that?
Him finding good people, and they're all really good.
Seems like that's from a managerial standpoint or just on. Yeah, you want to be smart enough to hire good people, then let them do their job, right?
That's what he says all the time. Okay. And he does that, and everybody that he hires is great.
Do your job, and I'll stand back and watch you work.
I wish I had some managers that work like that.
How about this guy? 4 rallies a day, and then he goes on from here. Yeah. He's not sleeping much.
Well, I don't know if they told you, but that's actually a robot. Yeah, because
Most people are afraid to speak publicly. They'd rather die than speak publicly.
Why do you think that is?
That's
Fear of speaking publicly.
you have to say the truth.
I think there's a famous quote about that they'd rather die than speak in public.
I just don't shut up.
Mark Twain might have done that.
Could very well have been Mark Twain. Mark Twain, yeah.
Another smart guy.
He had some things to say.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you two taking the time to talk. All right, happy travels. Be safe, all right?
Yeah.
Enjoy. Take care. So I guess I wasn't the only one with technical difficulties. I think his feed cut out for a minute too. Oh, we did. Yeah, you were great. You were great. Absolutely. Appreciate you taking the time. Yeah.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
As long as we stay like here, it's fine.
Oh yeah.
Like the closer we move over there is worse.
Let's slide back a little bit then. Was it cutting in and out pretty bad?
No.
Like, the way you can
like
tell
since
is
where we were standing.
like if you look.
Yeah, right here.
Frames per second.
Yeah.
As long as there's more.
Yeah, there's 30.
Yeah, as long as it stays up there. We're good to go.
Yeah, we've been there since we moved back from the gate, so
Oh, good.
we're good.
Good
Steph was just messaging me and saying broadcast is interrupted. I was like, okay, we got to move back.
Just now?
No, earlier. That's why I told you to move back.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So yeah, curiosity, guys. Any questions that anybody feels they want to hear answers to, like that? Right now, the comments coming up. Here, we can do that.
Chat. There we go. Looks cold up there.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna look at comments over here too and see if I can address some of these real quick. Let me pull this up. At least I think I'm going to.
Is Trump still talking?
Yeah, if you look up on the reader board, you can still see him chatting away up there.
I'll try to zoom if I can. Can't really see it.
I don't know why I'm having issues getting into my side here, so I was gonna try to look at the feed real quick, get some comments. Anything coming up? Any questions people have? Feel free to shout them out.
Ask them if they can name one policy he has.
Trump's?
Yeah, that was a question.
Okay. Legitimate question. Man, I got wires and cables sticking out of me everywhere.
Volume's a little low on our end.
The volume's a little low? Well, guys, we're talking through a lot of masks, or when we do, And
What's the vibe out there?
the vibe out here is super chill. Everyone's, you know, like I said, I mean, it's really well put together out here. I mean, they've got shuttles that we took from the parking lot that's about 2 miles away, and they dropped us off over here. And you know, they've got Secret Service everywhere, and I mean, there's a lot of people here. So, and they've been moving them through pretty fast. I mean, they've been shuffling through here pretty quick. How we doing? Did you lose the contact? His what? Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I could take it for you if you'd like.
It's all right. We'll do a selfie here. You won't believe it. Thanks, man.
Hey, you got it.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Hey, thank you. Yeah, we've been trying. Hey, if anybody in the comments, if you know of any Biden rallies in the area, in like, you know, within a couple hours of Kenosha, let me know, and I would love to go ahead and hit one. Unfortunately, we're not seeing those. Let me make sure this isn't turned on here in my pocket. We're good. We're good. I got a little my technologies. I'm fighting them. We're working it out though. We're working it out. So, man, I wish I could look at comments myself because I know we've got a couple different platforms running right now, guys. So, trying to make sure that we answer questions as they come up. But for whatever reason, what's up? Well, they're not entirely wrong. You know what I mean? What's that now?
We watched you in Kenosha.
Oh wow, yeah.
That was crazy, huh?
Yeah, it was. It was.
Nervous while you were in there, or was it relatively controlled? Or
Yeah, I mean it was.
the
It was
people? I mean, I guess you know.
like during the riots.
Yeah.
No, it was scary. It was scary. Yeah. I mean, there was moments where you know you don't know what to expect. You don't know what's going to happen. Actually, the whole thing was volatile. I mean, you're watching cars explode and you know hearing people yell and scream and you know and houses on fire. I mean, for me, that was a first. I'd never experienced anything like that. I've been to plenty of protests where you've got a lot of flashbang grenades and tear gas and, you know, impact weapons, but you don't see people Molotov cocktailing, you know, department stores and whatnot. So that was, yeah. And then, of course, up to the culmination of the shootings.
Yeah. Were you out that night?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, all the footage has been kind of pulled off. We're going to be slowly re-releasing it, but for right now, it's not online. So I mean, I'm sure it's out there. I mean, my footage, you know, anyone that caught angles of that shooting that went everywhere. So
it's surreal for us because my son went to college at Carthage, right up the, you know,
getting to know the area a little bit better.
Sheridan Road there. So you know, just going back and forth over the 4 years, just as driving through there, and then you see it in person, and you know, it was too bad. It seemed like a nice neighborhood, and then you know, but you know the cause and effect, you know.
Yeah.
Are you from the Kenosha area or no?
No, from Northern Illinois.
Okay.
Northern. All right, so did you come all the way down for the rally?
We spent some time in just north of here, in a vacation home we have. So this was on our way, so we came by to see us.
What are your thoughts on Trump?
Well, I'm a Trump supporter and have been going back. You know, it's difficult. It's difficult. I grew up in the Chicago area, and you know, the corruption that goes on in Illinois politics and government is, you know, people. You know, it was amazing to me. It was amazing to me, not for any other reason, but that he came from Chicago politics. That President Obama was elected twice, because you know, I had a conversation with a friend recently when ACB first name was brought up about, you know, Supreme Court, and I said, can't do it. I said, she may be the greatest person in the world, but I don't trust anybody coming out of the judicial system or Chicago politics. There's just too much. There's too much nonsense, and everybody's tainted. Everybody's tainted, and anybody that tells you it isn't, they're either family members of those people, they're Irish, you know, because the Irish have got the 75% of and that's their heritage.
Big shout out Ireland.
Yeah, right. Hey, I've got a lot of Irish friends, but the fact is there's a lot of people that they get tainted in that.
Chicago's had a long-standing history of it's that old gangster mentality.
You're right, and it's a wink thing. You go somewhere. Yeah, you go to here, to go to St. Louis. Oh yeah, you're from Chicago. Yeah, the corruption. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's us. And people just they wear it as a badge of honor. And I
also have deep dish pizza.
Right. Yeah.
So that's cool.
I prefer thin, but
You're really cutting the grain on Chicago, buddy. You're really cutting the grain.
But I enjoy that too. But I think that look, it's not just the Democrats and everything. I think anybody that in Chicago or in Illinois politics, to me, they're tainted, and you can't. I think I'm steadfast by Trump. I'm human like you. I don't know all of what goes on behind the scenes there. You put your faith in a certain amount of reporting. I do my own research on things that I hear, and then I form an opinion, and I'm certainly not always right. But I believe in the law and order. I think in any faction of or segment of society, there's bad people. And so when we were talking about Kenosha or whatever it is, I don't jump to conclusions on these things. I used to be a young guy that grew up, thinking I was a tough guy and would question police authority and everything until I became an adult and I became friends with police officers who were willing to sit and talk to me about their experiences. So you got to hear both sides of what that is, and I haven't been made aware of all the evidence in all these different cases that happen. So it's hard to make a judgment, But anyway, I'm taking a lot of your time.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. But
I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah. But you know what? I hope we don't see things like that. Like the things that you're seeing here. My father was born in Marseille, France.
Okay.
Right before World War II.
Wow.
He's Italian, but was born in Marseille, France, and he was an immigrant. And he always told us when we complained as kids about stuff, he always said, "You have no idea how good you have it."
Right.
And he was a tradesman. I grew up in a modest home. He was a tradesman, and he always said, "You never know. You don't have any idea how good you have it." And I always, as I got older, at first I was like, "Yeah, Dad, you don't know what you're talking about." Then as I got older, and now I see all this stuff, I realize it, and it's sad. Because it's still the greatest country in the world, bar none, in my opinion. But certainly we have things to improve upon, and I think that President Trump is somebody that cares about it. You ever look at or you ever listen to the Gianno Caldwell podcast? I'm on tape, so look him up. He's a
Gianno Caldwell. Check him out.
From the south side of Chicago. He's got some.
I can't do it. Chicago. It's gonna spit lies.
He's got a lot of good thoughts on there and things that he's learned, and so. But anyway, so if my son ever sees any of this, man, he's gonna kill me. But, anyways,
he's watching right now. That's your dad right now.
You're reporting on that, when we were watching that, and he was upset by it too.
Oh, okay.
I remember I said, "Hey, what are you watching?" And he showed me, and it was you out there, and it was upsetting.
Yeah.
It was scary, and especially with the time that he spent in Kenosha, it's like, "Dad, this is really serious stuff here." And I'm like, you think, watch the news and everything, but yeah, it was. He did a good job, and
thank you.
People, so that when you're, how can we help? How can we help? How we can get this stuff right so every American gets to live the American dream and equally. So
absolutely.
Something to think of, but I don't know. You're getting it from the Chicago politicians, but anyway.
We'll keep pushing in the right direction, right?
All right, man.
All right, brother. Be good. Thank you for taking the time. Say hi to your son for me. All right. Yeah, guys. The sound might be he just was talking. Wasn't talking too loud. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay right now. I would love to be able to check it myself, but oh, great. Thanks. I'm working on it. But
Figured I don't have the light anymore, but this is good now, the way that we turned.
okay, okay. The here I got a light right here we can use if need be.
My phone just died, so
Oh, okay.
that's why it just cut out.
Oh, okay. There we go. We got a light right now.
Oh, somebody said sounds good. I can even hear Trump speaking right now.
See, so hey, if you guys can't hear it, just turn up the volume maybe, because I got the mic's on full pickup, y'all. What's going on, boss? What are you up to? What is this?
It's a voter guide.
Oh, a voter guide.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's a lot of yeses on one side. Oh, there's some no's over there. Okay.
Yeah, so you can check.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
So this is what we're looking at right now.
You're good.
Oh, on the backside. So there's some information on here, guys. So I'm sure you guys can do some screenshots if you want, but I could also tell you right now that if you're looking for this voter education project, I don't know anything about them personally, so I'm not exactly certain if it's geared in one direction or the other. But it looks like it's just straight up, just giving the details. But there is, you can get into voter scorecard, facebook.fb.com/voter scorecard. And you can also check it out at voter scorecard on Twitter. So if you guys want to take a look at that, I'm not exactly sure what you're going to find, but it's information here, and I'm always curious. So that's why they call me Whiskers. So, 'cause I'm curious like a little kitty cat. They don't call me Whiskers. And they're really pumping. I'm a loner, just a loner. No, we were talking to folks. They come out. Yes. Yeah, he told me to get away from him. He said, take my paper and go. I'm kidding. He didn't say that. But, yeah. So it's interesting. It's interesting to get some viewpoints. We talked to some folks, actually, that were out here that they were selling merchandise that had actually been traveling with all the rallies. And so they've actually they're from South Carolina, but they made their way all 48 states. They said, so I mean, that'd be pretty interesting to talk to some of those folks. But end of the day, though, there's going to be a lot of people that we've talked to that obviously are here, at a rally for Donald Trump, that are going to be voting for Donald Trump. But it reminds me of that time in Kenosha when there were the two guys standing on top of the blockades. Maybe you remember this. And there's a lot of people giving them, like, they're yelling at each other, and everyone's kind of in the middle of the chaos. And the one guy was holding a Trump flag, and I finally asked, like, well, who are you going to vote for? And I was just kind of joking, but he was like, man, I haven't made up my mind yet. It was a genuine answer. I was like, oh, wow, okay. He was like, right now, the way I feel is strongly behind Donald Trump. But, things may change. And I was like, that's really impressive to hear somebody say that they don't really have it sorted out yet. They're still trying to get information and process as best they can and then figure it out as they go forward, which I'm hoping everybody does, But I don't even know how many people you'd say that are in here. We're in Janesville, Wisconsin. I'm sorry, guys. I've been traveling for the last 48 hours. So I was over in Minneapolis, and then made my way into Mason City, Iowa, and then spent a night there. And then now we're how's it going? Hey, and now and then back into Kenosha, and then now we're over here in Janesville. So it's been a long 48 hours. Scary too. A lot of crazy travel. What's up, y'all? You want to come talk for a minute? Oh gosh, what's the answer? Get over here. We want to talk to some young folks. What brings you guys out? What's up?
Just wanted to see Trump talk in person.
Okay.
Really excited to see him out here because we're big fans of his, and
We love Trump, yeah.
What do you love about Trump? That wasn't a loaded question. I'm curious.
That is a very loaded question.
He loves America more than any president I've seen.
Yeah, and he's expanding equality of opportunity instead of equality of outcome, which I support wholeheartedly.
Dig into that a little deeper.
He doesn't necessarily want everybody to get equal outcomes. He wants to set up opportunity for everybody, no matter your background. As we've seen in history, the Soviet Union, for example, the equality outcome just doesn't work, and President Trump recognizes that. So
We're talking about socialism right now, right?
yeah, essentially.
Gotcha. Yeah, I get you. Get it. What about you two? He set the bar high. He set the bar pretty high.
I can't either.
Okay. Now, are you guys all old enough to vote?
Yes.
You are. Okay. And so, who are you gonna vote for?
Trump.
Trump.
In person, I will be at the polls. I will not sign in an absentee ballot
Why not?
because I think it's bogus and rigged, and I think that the only real way to get the real count is to go in and vote at the polls.
Because she feels that the postal service is run by cyborgs. She said it. That was her words, not mine. You guys heard it. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna vote in person. Yep.
Yep, in person as well.
How old are you guys, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 19. 19.
18.
18. Okay, that's cool. Do you find there's a lot of younger people that are out voting now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe.
It was like an hour drive.
Hour drive from where you live?
From our houses, it's an hour, but like from our school, it's only 30 minutes.
Do you feel at your school, are you guys in high school then? College. Okay. You never know. You might have got held back a grade. I don't know. But do you feel they're pushing a lot for younger voters to come out, for younger individuals?
Younger liberals, yeah.
Younger liberals?
Yeah.
You caught that too, right? Just hoping for younger people in general, right?
No, but it really is being pushed for liberals and Democrats to be, and like they are like putting their opinion out there and like trying to sway people, and like they post it all over social media, so that's a way that they like try and get it out there.
Now, do you come from political families?
My grandparents are a little bit, but
Not really. I just really like politics myself.
Okay. What do you guys want to college for?
nursing. I might be going for criminology or nursing. I'm not sure yet.
Okay, figuring it out. What about you, boss?
Business law.
Okay, business law. Okay, taking the high road, all three of you. That's great. Okay. Do you feel that there's enough resources at the college level right now to help you be fully educated on what's happening right now for both sides of the political parties? No?
Not impartial guidance, no. I think it's all the guidance that has been given is very partial, especially like the coronavirus. We've never seen anything like this. It's so partisan.
What do you think could change on a collegiate level right now to help better raise voter awareness and to better educate individuals like yourselves? We're deferring to you, boss.
Voters. I don't know what we could do to better educate voters.
Have you thought about maybe starting a program yourself? You seem behind it.
I did Canvas for a little while, so but so I did get some people registered to vote around my community, so that's obviously one way to do it is to Canvas, get out there, do it yourself.
But for young individuals, and yeah.
I don't know. We just have to. The right has to find a way to compete with the left's very convincing argument to young people. Just they're promising a lot of free stuff to young people, and it's a lot of young people are taking it in and digesting it as straight fact, whether or not it is. Woo! And I don't know. I just think kids really need to educate themselves. There's there's a handful of the media sources that a lot of people get their information from, and yeah. So I think if we need to look into ourselves a lot, just to do our own investigation.
Do you feel that if Biden were to come out with some policies that you felt strongly about, that it would sway you from voting for Donald Trump?
No.
You're just solid on Trump.
Yes. Every single thing that pretty much from what I know, my knowledge on everything, I believe in everything that he is trying to do for our country.
And you?
Yeah, I believe in everything he's trying to do for the country, and
he never knows what he's talking
I
about.
strongly disagree with a lot of Biden's.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
How you doing?
Good.
Hey. Yeah.
What?
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
Oh, okay.
Let's watch
All right,
it.
I will.
When will it be
I
on?
appreciate it. All right, take care.
Oh shoot, I'm going to watch.
I'm going to watch. Okay. Thank
right.
you.
All right, y'all. Thanks for the time. Appreciate it. Keep it up. How you doing, boss?
How you doing?
Want to come say hi?
Yeah, why
All right,
not?
cool. Right on. What's your name?
Kevin.
I
Kevin Ellis.
thought you were going to get tackled there, Kevin. Came in low and fast.
Exactly.
Scared the heck out of me, I'm not going to lie. So what brings you out today, Kevin?
Well, I was really interested. See what I mean? Yeah, I was really interested in to hear what he had to say, and very well informed, and I really liked his message.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, do you feel he's really speaking for all Americans at this point?
Well, you can never say all Americans.
Okay.
But what you can say is they're speaking for a base of individuals that really care for their country.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Not to say that the others don't. It's just that it's a base.
Right.
Yeah.
Where are you? Are you Republican? Are you Democrat? Do you even hang a moniker over your head at all?
You know, somebody asked me that question just the other day,
Okay.
and I consider myself to be very conservative.
Okay.
I consider my morals to be conservative. Fiscally, I'm conservative. I like to look at both ends of the coin and figure it out. I will tell you that I am a Republican. I am a Republican for that matter. But, you know, once again, I really do look at the candidates. What I do like about what I saw about him was the fact that, you know, at the end of the day, he doesn't BS. He's straight up. He tells what he needs to say, and he puts it forth.
Yeah. Okay. Do you feel some of the policy he has in play right now are going to make some change, or are going to push us as a nation in the right direction to get the change that we hear a lot of people like crying out for right now?
Well, I believe that all of us have to make that change. I don't think it's one person. I think that there needs to be a leader. I think there needs to be a coach. But at the end of the day, a football team is not won by a coach. It's won by the players.
Right.
And we are the players. So we need to make sure that we get in contact with those individuals that are important, that are making these decisions, and tell them how we feel. You know, that's what we need to do at this time.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
To ask him about police brutality.
Someone on the feed wants to know about police brutality and your take on police brutality.
Yeah, that is a lot to unpack. I will tell you that I think that we as a nation have to remember that there is law, and for every law that is broken, there is consequences. This is a very emotional time for a lot of individuals, and we're not really told the total truth when it comes to why they got to the point that they're at. So for me to say about brutality, for me to say about police brutality, I can't say that there is that much police brutality. Sometimes it's egged on. Sometimes they want that for the camera. Okay, so some people are gonna hate me for this, but I really
you can't win everybody.
No.
Trust me on that one. You can't win everybody.
I mean, at the end of the day, they have a job to do.
Sure.
They're told that they need to do something. They are told that they have to follow those orders, and we have pushback. As Americans, we have pushback, and we have some right, and there's always a clash, and unfortunately, law is going to win.
Right. One more question for you, because you do, represent a demographic here that you don't see a lot of right now.
Right.
And we've been hearing a lot of people, in a lot of the rallies, or not rallies, but a lot of the groupings that I've been to, that have talked a lot about how, they look at the American flag and a Trump out of the back of a truck, like, oh, they must be racist. And there's this odd stigma right now that's kind of being built up that's kind of like saying that it's a clash almost of, like, you have BLM and then you have Republicans. And it's really odd to see these weird polarizing, ideologies that the people are pushing right now. Are you feeling any of that right now? I mean, do you
No.
get any flack from?
Not at all. I will tell you that I live in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. I am a councilman, 4th District there. I also own my own business for 16 years in Oconomowoc. I have not experienced that. I believe at the end of the day it's all about education and educating yourself about people, educating yourself about your environment, and educating yourself about just in general, okay? Very important, tremendously important. You need to feel that you can adapt in any situation that you're put into. How does that happen? It happens through education. It happens no other way. I do believe that black lives matter, but I also believe that white lives matter. I believe that Asian lives matter. All lives matter, and that's the bottom line. So I've heard this Black Lives Matter for a long time now, and yeah, I absolutely believe that black lives matter. But you know what? So does everybody else, and we're all equal. In God's eyes, we're all equal.
Amen. Amen. I appreciate you taking the time to share that with me. Thank you very much. I know there's a lot of people out here that are very curious as well, so I appreciate that. Is there a good way people get a hold of you if they're curious about any of the policies that you have going on in your district right now?
Sure. They can go ahead and they can call me, they can email me, okay, at parkersplace1 at sbcglobal.net, okay, and they can leave a question and I will absolutely answer it for them.
That's great. I appreciate you leaving that resource out there for people. Thank you very much. All right, well, all the best to you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Take care. All right, thank you so much. Again, I do not have copyright clearance for this music. Donald Trump is on stage. He's dancing right now, y'all. You want to see that? Oh, you can't? You can't zoom all the way in? You can't zoom all the way in? All right. All right. Well, that's interesting. I mean, I guess we can move closer to the buses over here. I just don't want to be too close to these speakers right now and have it end up being an issue. Plus, there's going to be a bottleneck right here with people, and I'm sure it's going to end up being like a trample situation. So, no, you're good. You just walk right there. You're fine. You're fine. But again, I do not have any copyright for any of this music you're hearing right now, just to be very clear. Okay, they got a chair giveaway here. Oh yeah, Janesville, Wisconsin. Janesville, Wisconsin. Where people are just amazing, y'all. Some of the nicest folks out here. Like, not just here, but I mean, like, everyone that I've talked to, even the folks down the street, the Secret Service is even super friendly. They're like, well, other than the one that stiff-armed me back there. She was strong. I'm not gonna lie. Like, she had that like running back arm. She gave me the old chest. She's like, you're not coming back in here. And I was like, well, I haven't been in before. And she was like, well, good. You're still not coming in. All right, fair play. Can't argue that one. Uh-oh. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys jumping in on some questions too. It's helpful because I know that there's only so many things that I can ask so many people, so it's good to hear what you guys want to hear. So.
Can you sing the YMCA for them, please?
No, because I'm not trying to alert any UBGs or any of the other onlines that are going to go ahead and penalize me for it. So I think we might even just go around all this right here, because we're not hopping on the bus right away. So, yeah. I wonder if we could just even mute it for a minute. Hey, what's up? Oh, right on. I'm glad. Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. What brings you out?
Trump.
Oh, wait, he's here?
That's why we're here.
Thought it was a pumpkin patch. I was in line. That explains a lot. That explains it. Nice to see you as well. Likewise, guys. Take care, all right? Take care. Not a pumpkin patch, y'all. Blew my mind. Because the Secret Service lady shoved me and said I can't come in. No, they hit capacity, I think, and so we were. It was a super process to get here. So we ended up driving to the other side of the world. We got told by the police there we couldn't park on that road, so we had to drive back around, talk to a couple different people, and we finally got a guy over here that said we could park on the side of the road, on the side of the highway over here. And you know. And then we just kind of walked down, found a bus, and the bus took us over. Unfortunately, the last shuttle to get people inside, I don't even know if they were letting people in at that point. Air Force One came in and they were like, you're done. So they were stopping shuttle. Oh, thanks. They cut off shuttle service. So it's a long answer. It's because there was too many people there. There's a lot of people here. A lot of folks. How many people do you think were in there today? Anybody? Takers?
Probably like 2,000 at least.
At least 2,000. I'm going a lot more than 2K. I'm going more like 10. He did say at least. So he gave himself an out on that. That's like a Price is Right thing. 2001. That's some delicious water.
Probably cold too.
Froze me throat. There's a lot of folks coming out here. What's up, y'all? How much? You want to say hi? Cool. We're live right now, just so you know. I do a live stream called CJTV.
Cool.
And yeah, so what brought you out?
Been a huge Trump supporter for the past 4 years. Me and my family, so we got tired of the politicians, man. We got tired of all the nonsense, and I drove 6 hours here today from Indiana, so Hoosiers from Trump. Hoosiers for Trump.
Wow, 6 hours, huh?
Yeah.
What time did you get here?
I got here today at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
1 o'clock.
And then you were in there for about, 6 hours before you...
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, anything for Trump. You know, you look at what he's done. He's fulfilled every promise. Go to DonaldTrump.com. You'll see every promise that man has fulfilled, and you will see that he's not a career politician. Okay. That's what I have to say.
Well, policy-wise, what do you think is on the top of the list there for things that he's doing right now that are or looking to do even?
For me personally, I love all the stuff he's done for our military. I'm National Guard, and so for me personally, the fact that he's keeping us out of these wars, the fact that he's keeping us out of foreign issues is a huge thing for me. He's trying to make peace, but he's doing it through strength. So that's huge for me.
Wow, okay. That's fantastic, man. I appreciate it. So, yeah, no, I hit it. Appreciate your service. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you guys.
Hey,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
coming out.
Yeah,
What was your
absolutely.
live stream?
CJTV.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys a shout.
Check it out. Yeah, please do.
appreciate it.
DM
Thank
us
you.
in. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yes, sir.
So I see in Madison, I went there before. We went for a freedom rally, and walked through the streets of Madison. And this riot stuff, it's real. Okay, people try to play it off on the media like it's peaceful protest. You hear it all the time. But the riots actually do destroy these cities. They got the main downtown, it's all boarded up. And then the people who vote for these people, they come in and they paint pretty pictures all on the boarded up signs and stuff for their downtown. They make it seem like it's a great thing. Like, I don't know how delusional you can be to vote for the people who are burning down your cities, but that's what the Democrats do. I'm not going to ever vote for that. So as soon as they stop burning down the cities, maybe I'll give them a chance, but not till then. So that's what I'm going to say.
Appreciate your thoughts. Thank you. Thank you. I got to address that real quick, though, because he said something that hits close to home for me, which was the boards that are put up in Kenosha, what you saw there. And that's not so much done to celebrate the people who burned it down, but to celebrate the recovery and the healing of the city. So big shout out Kenosha and everyone else that's been going through it in these riots that have happened in their areas or that have had to pre-board places due to the implication of a riot that might be coming through, which is terrifying for anybody, especially if you own a business and a home in that path. I mean, you're going to put a board up, and instead of having it be a sign of of fear, let it be a sign of strength. So just saying. That didn't go over well. What brings you guys out?
President Trump.
Out here? Yeah? All right, talk to me, boss. So how was it? How'd it go down?
It was awesome.
It was good?
Yep, it was awesome.
Did you catch, was there something that...
Strong leader. It's so nice to have somebody who really cares for our country and is doing it for us, not him. The man doesn't even take a salary. I mean, talk about how generous he is to us.
I'm just going to kick back. I'm just going to stand here. What's up, everybody? How was the rally?
Great.
Yeah?
Really good. Yep.
What was the highlight?
Well, we're from Kenosha, so when he started talking about the things that happened back there, when my son was feeling the heat from those burning buildings, it really had an impact.
I was there in Kenosha, yeah, doing some coverage on that, actually. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate you. That's patriotism right there. How y'all doing? Everyone good? Yeah? How was the rally?
Fantastic.
It's good?
Yeah.
Mind saying hi?
Hello.
Well done.
We're our broadcast was interrupted. We gotta move a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, we're getting there.
We're getting there? We'll walk it, folks. No, I appreciate you taking the time, man.
No problem.
Look at all these guys. They found a way to cut the line. Look at that. They're life hack. Okay. Well, thank you, man. Take care. Excuse me, man. I'm going to slide by here. Hey, shout out Mercado. There's Porta Johns. That is the biggest flag I've ever seen in my life, man. At least 10 feet tall. No running zone. I'm kidding. Keep going. See, if you say it like you mean it. Are those superheroes on the roof? I swear that guy's got a cape on.
Snipers.
Dude has a cape on.
Let's see if we can see it.
Look, he's got a cape. Or those are just big, oh, they're gun bags. Never mind. Look like a cape. Surprise, surprise. All right, well, I just wanted to get away because we were having a signal interruption back there, guys, and I'm not sure if it's just, network quality out in this area. So we're just going to accost people as they come out of the restrooms with rifle, quick-fire questions. But, are we? Okay. Well, let's, if we need to cut it, we can cut it. But let's go this way. Are there any questions that anyone else has that's coming through that we might be able to clarify for anybody? Boy. Ooh-wee. Man, see the orchestration they got here? This is pretty impressive. So they've got all these buses, and after every bus load, they disinfect the bus. So they take people, drop them off, clean the entire bus, reload them, and then bring the bus back. But still, there was a lot of people that couldn't get in. But there's thousands of people here. I think thousands, and there's still so many more coming out. Just the lines as far as you can see right now. I know people are probably like, why are you asking what brought him out? But it is different for everybody. Like some people, I was hoping to get, honestly, I want to get someone to say I'm hoping to get my mind changed. I want to hear somebody that's like, well, I really wanted to hear it firsthand and see if I could get a different opinion or a different view.
So if there was one thing you'd want Trump to do differently, what would it be? That's a question that somebody asked.
Oh, good call. So the question that someone had is, if there's one thing that they wanted to see Trump do differently, what would that be? Legitimate, solid question. So let's find.
What the temperature is here? It's like 50.
Oh, this is ridiculous cold. Like my hands are numb. Everyone's all bundled up. But yeah, good. That's awesome. I need to ask someone a question anyway. My jaw was starting to freeze from standing around too long. What's up, y'all? How you doing? What are your names?
Casey. Elena.
Dominic.
Christian.
Dominic, Casey, and Elena.
Yes.
Got him? Yes. Good stuff. All right, see you guys. I'm kidding. That's the whole interview. No. So I asked everybody, what brought you out?
Trump.
Okay.
Daddy Donald.
Trump.
Okay. You got to go that way. You're getting there. Follow the bus. She's trying to get back, guys. Just so you know. All right, good deal. So what did you hear in here today that was surprising and or exciting? Was there anything that you heard that was shocking?
Shocking? No.
No?
I was not shocked by anything.
No.
No. Wasn't shocked by anything, but he was definitely came out strong and bold. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So a lot of people want to know if there was one thing that he could do differently or change about his policy and or procedure, what would it be?
Nothing. I agree with it all.
You agree with it all?
The way he goes about it, I would not change a thing.
Okay.
I agree.
Well played.
I think he plays it really well. He knows there's a lot of people that hate him, so he has to have a tough skin. So he comes out and he's really bold, and that's how he has to be to counter the hate that he receives. And
why do you think people hate him?
Because he's doing what's right. People can't accept the truth nowadays.
Say it again.
You know you're doing what's right when people hate you.
Boom. Can concur. Can concur. What about you, boss?
Nothing. I think he's perfect. Yeah. I think Donald Trump is perfect.
You heard it here, guys. Christian feels Donald Trump is perfect. Are you guys from political families?
Yes, my dad is very political.
Big Democrat?
California. No, Republican.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you feel that there's a big divide right now in America between Democrats and Republicans?
110%.
Why do you think that is?
I think that the left is not as accepting as they say they are, and I think it's causing a huge divide between family members, friends, everyone. The whole country is split. And I don't think it was ever like that before, to where the point where people couldn't even be your friend if you had a different view, but now it's just gone crazy.
You do hear that a lot. You do hear that a lot. People are like, it used to be like, don't talk about religion and politics because it was kind of taboo, but now it's like, if you ask someone who they're voting for outside of like a circle like this, people are hesitant to tell you because they're afraid of what might be the rebuttal. Like you said, because there's a lot of hate on either side. You know, like either you're an idiot or a racist. You know, I mean that's kind of what you hear from both sides.
That's what's wrong with America right now. We need our unity. We need to be able to have we need to be able to be friends without putting our political beliefs in front right away. You need to be able to look past that first. And now a lot of people you have to be a Trump supporter before you can be friends, or you have to be a Biden supporter. You have to have the same beliefs. It's not always true.
Do you find people that just don't want to pick a side that are okay with sitting down and hearing both sides of the conversation? Do you see those conversations happen often in your circles?
Not often. I've seen it happen. Doesn't happen very often though.
You think it needs to happen more often?
Yeah.
How can we make that happen?
I think making it not so taboo. It's weird right now. And there's such a bad view on the right now, and so if they weren't so harsh and immediately calling us racist, homophobic, all these things, it turns us off. Ultimately, it's just like, okay, why am I even going to try to open up to you if that's the first thing you're going to say to me is you're just going to call me all these names and you haven't even heard my opinions, my sides of anything.
Are you a racist?
I am not a racist.
You guys heard it here. She's not a racist. So, Christian, your thoughts?
About what? Yes. About what?
He was tuned right in. We're saying, what's it going to take to make it a healthier situation and environment for people to have conversations from different sides of the platform?
For the left to be so less closed-minded and less corrupt, because they're so corrupted, and it's going to be hard to open their minds back up. Yeah.
Well, like he said, you definitely need to have that open-mindedness. A conversation goes both ways. You need to be able to talk and listen.
Do you feel people are listening enough nowadays?
No, I do not.
What is everyone afraid of? Like, why is everyone so afraid to hear other opinions and other viewpoints? The truth?
A lot of people they've grown up a certain way. They don't want to change it. So what they've been told is what they believe, and nothing else can change their mind. And that's how a lot of people are these days.
Okay, now older generations, you hear a lot of them. There's a lot of fear actually behind this election, and it's scary for me to. I've talked to a lot of people in the crowd here, and you've heard the term "civil war" used a lot. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think it'll go that far to a civil war. No, I don't. I think either way, whichever side wins, it's going to be bad. For months, maybe a few months, it's going to be weird. But
Explain weird to me. Like, what do you think weird looks like?
I mean,
bad even.
Either way. Yeah. Either way, I think if Trump wins, obviously the rioting and all the looting and it's going to go crazy. And if Trump doesn't win, it's just going to be awkward, I think. And I don't know. it's just gonna be weird to me. I don't know.
So Trump wins, we have riots. Biden wins, it's going to be uncomfortable.
We're gonna be a crazy lockdown. We're gonna get all of our rights taken. It's just gonna be bad.
I'm glad you elaborated, because based off that, I would say I'd rather take Biden, because a little bit of discomfort I would take over a riot any day. No, I'm just saying based off what you said. I would rather have an uncomfortable conversation than deal with someone trying to Molotov cocktail my house.
So about your first question with Civil War, I believe as of right now, in 50 years, if we look back in history books, this will be a civil war. There he is. Not all wars have violence. There is violence now, but it's not necessarily the violence of a typical war. Look at the Cold War. There was no violence there. I think we are in a civil war, just not to the extent that people think. People think civil war and they think people going and killing each other because they have different beliefs.
Right. So we're looking at a lot more now than I've ever seen in my life. A lot of polarizing, right? You've got the left and the right, and that's where you sit. That's where you stay. And there's so much more high-walled interaction between the two, lobbing kind of, the threats and the warnings at each other. Like, what's it going to take, do you feel, moving forward for future generations to understand that it doesn't have to be all or nothing? I could clarify a little bit, but what I'm okay.
I think we've gone too far off. The public school education is just going downhill. Kids are being taught things that is too young of an age that were never taught before. They're also not being taught things that should be taught. And so I think that we need to get that under control, and that can really help the situation that we're in. You hear Trump, and I appreciate you sharing that. You hear a lot of talk about Trump working a lot for veterans and helping out people that are in the armed services. How do you feel his policies are right now as they pertain to public schools, like we're talking about, and the push for education as a whole? Honestly, I don't know much of his policies on the public school system. I know a lot of what's going on in California because both my parents are teachers, and so my dad is very involved in what's being taught in the curriculum.
Your dad's a Republican?
Yes.
You hope he doesn't watch it right now. He's like, how do you not know? This is our world.
I don't really know Trump's policies about the school system right now. I just hear what my dad says about what's going on in California. So I don't know, maybe one of them could answer it. I'm not sure.
Are any of you in school right now? Okay, well we talked to a handful of students that were earlier that were, the question I had, let me ask you that. Do you feel in your schools that there's enough push towards voter awareness and voter education on both sides of the platforms?
Definitely, I think the left pushes it more. The left.
I'm just kidding. I'm being standoffish.
Yeah, I don't see much from the right. I never hear anything about it.
Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure.
They're not desperate for votes. Because the left, they're just so desperate for young voters because they know that uneducated on it, so they're just really desperate for them to vote for them. But the right doesn't need to be desperate because we know at the end of the day that Trump's going to win.
Okay. That being said, do you feel like the younger demographics are overlooked intentionally by the Republican Party right now?
I think a lot of it is the younger group of people. They're mostly in college right now. Colleges are mainly liberal. It goes back to a lot of the home life. People aren't being taught politics in their house. They're not being taught the truth. So it's like a baby. You can tell a baby blue is red, and they'll believe for the rest of their life, that way. It's the same with when someone goes to college. If they're told this and that, that's what they believe. No matter what anyone else says, that's what they'll believe. So I believe that it needs to be taught more younger. I don't know, it's difficult. It needs to be taught the right way instead of forced upon,
When you say it, you're referring to
politics. Just politics.
You feel that's also become, like you said, it's becoming almost taboo in home to even discuss politics?
know if it's taboo. It's inappropriate, people would say. Like, why would you bring that up? It automatically divides, and I don't think it should be that way. It should be something everyone can talk about. I feel like it was before a lot easier to talk about. We already said that. So I just feel like it's more inappropriate now, which I don't agree with. I don't think it should be an unusual thing to bring up at the dinner table or a discussion to have once a week about what's going on in the world. I don't think it should be like that.
Have all of you voted before? Or is it your first time? First time?
First presidential.
You're 17. Okay, so you still got a little time to go. Okay. I got to ask you then, and I want to, like, honestly, I need to hear what you feel. Like, do you feel your personal vote is going to make an impact or count?
Yes, I do. I encourage everyone to vote. 100%.
I think so, just because, I mean, one less person not voting.
I think that everyone does need to vote. I mean, the best of their ability, because it does make a difference. No matter, it's like the saying, every penny counts, every vote counts.
What about you, Christian?
I think everybody needs to vote. I switched my registration voting thing to I'm going to be voting here in Wisconsin instead of California, because like my vote in California, I mean, it didn't really do much as a Republican because it's already so much in the shitter. Like, there's no saving California, honestly. So, but here in Wisconsin, in the swing state here in Wisconsin, it's going to do much more than my vote than in California.
Okay, so elaborate on that a little bit. So we're talking electoral college right now, right? We're talking like state voting as opposed to individual voting. Did you do that intentionally? Transfer your voter registration out here just so that you could make sure, so you felt like you would have more of an impact?
Yeah, so I moved out here, and just left California because I hate California, so, yeah.
Again, don't tell her dad that.
Yeah.
Are you guys all from California?
No, just us two.
You're from Illinois, you two are from Cali. Okay, and you're from here? You're from right here, Wisconsin? Oconomowoc. Oh.
It's by Milwaukee.
Okay.
Oconomowoc.
Hey, man. Okay, I'm playing with you. Oconomowoc. No, I'm from Seattle. Yeah. So the where are they all going?
Because I'm from Kenosha. So.
What were you gonna say? Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say, like, yeah, you look like you're from Kenosha.
Kind of gave me that look like, how do you know where Oconomowoc is?
Yeah, I was just amazed you guys could say it. I can't say anything out here. I'm working on it though. I'm getting better. Well, I appreciate you guys taking the time to talk to us. I know you guys are gonna probably try to get in line for this mass exodus to the shuttles. Yeah, thank you for the time. I appreciate you guys sharing it with me. Yeah. CJTV, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Yeah. Yeah. Check it out. Yeah, you guys. Take care. All right. Good luck with you. There's so many people here, guys. Like, legit, this line goes like all the way back around to like at least 2,000 people. I'm not cracking on my guy. He said 2,000. There's like, I don't know. I'm not a numbers guy, but how many people do you think were in there today? Cast of 7,000? This isn't like a jelly bean thing. You're not going to win a prize.
7,433 at least.
I'm going 7,432 because I'm going to Price is Right it. 7,000. It went from 2,000 to 7,000. Oh yeah, guys. So this is Janesville, Wisconsin. Back over here was Trump was here doing a rally, which is in a big place. He was apparently going to come here before COVID, and then that got switched up. So he's back here now, and this is a real pivotal. Wisconsin's a real like a nail biter state. You know, it's really kind of like less than a 1% type divide for the two sides. So these are big show up states for Biden and Trump right now. But this rally is pretty massive. I mean, there's been I'm saying 10,000.
Somebody in the feed said 10 to 15,000.
Jelly beans are mine. But you can see the flags in the background here. He flew in. He just flew out. You guys probably heard everyone cheering while we were talking to those young folks. And I got the hiccups, man. Sorry. But yeah, he flew in on Air Force One, and I'm thinking that's Air Force One or Air Force Junior. I don't know which one it is, but a plane. in Zokoff just a couple minutes ago, but they've been shuttling people in from a couple miles away. So there's just, I mean, a lot of people. There's a lot of people parked on the side of the street just lining up to see him, just to see the plane, I guess. Shout out Jerry over at the auto yard, wherever that was. The tow yard up in his crane. He was up there taking photos. But yeah.
I think it was called like Bernie's Tow Yard or something.
Bernie's Tow Yard. Shout out Bernie's Tow Yard. But this has been interesting. This has been interesting. How you doing? Good. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
People are asking how you feel here, like at this rally, if you feel safe.
Yeah. I mean, you know what's? I gotta say this, guys. Like you're around a lot. I mean, with what I've been doing, you're around a lot of, a lot of protest coverage. So you got a lot of like that anti-Trump vibe. But then you get down to like Louisville. You know what I mean? Everyone there was incredibly cool. Interesting blend there because you had a lot of the Patriots, 3%ers. It is interesting that a lot of on this right side, everyone's very inviting and very, very cordial. You know, everyone's been very friendly. Other than the guy in that golf cart right there, he looks like he's about to mow down everybody. Am I really voting for Biden? I didn't say I was voting for Biden. I didn't say I was voting for anybody. I'm not saying I'm voting for anybody. I'm writing in The Rock because I feel like he's got the shoulders to carry our nation. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, 2020, y'all. I don't care if he's not even running until 2024. I'm casting. What I said there, guys, just to address that, was the girl said that, and maybe you couldn't hear it because of the mic. I said, what's going to happen if Joe Biden wins or if Trump wins? And she's like, well, it's going to be chaos. There's going to be rioting. There's going to be looting. And I was like, well, what happens if Biden wins? And she's like, oh, it's going to be awkward. I was like, well, shoot. If we could take a vote that'll just give us a little bit of an awkwardness, let's go that direction then. And that was it was a joke that I was making. And if y'all don't watch me enough to know that I'm going to joke around a little bit, then watch more. Tune in. Look at watch what they heard. Everyone's just like, go, 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 go. You know what the official count was for occupancy today? Yeah. I was at 10, so I think we're right. We're in the brackets. We're in the brackets. Man, hello. All right. But yeah, so the vibe here has been really chill. I mean, everyone's been. I mean, it's a rally, so again, it's a very different vibe than what you normally get with protests, where people are, you know, there's a lot of anger in the speech that's being thrown out there. Where out here, it's a lot of, you know, positive. Even when the guy we were talking to, I thought it was really cool. He's like, you know what I don't like? And he's like, actually, no, I don't want to talk about what I don't like. What I do like, and I like that he kind of checked himself on that one. It was really cool to hear that, because I talk a lot about like positive affirmations, and I think that those micro affirmations, things like that. Oh my gosh.
That really came in real hot.
Oh my gosh. But those things that happen. What's going on? Get over here and say hi. Get in here. You want a selfie it up?
Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all right.
Or actually, could you take a picture of us?
It's amazing at taking pictures. You look all bundled up. Dude, that breeze hit hard, didn't it?
Sally, over here. Smile.
That's.
Oh, hold on. Hair in the face.
Let me figure out how to
I never have that problem.
All right.
Sorry.
Is that working?
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Trying. There you go.
Thank
Did
you
it turn?
so much.
You're welcome.
so kind.
Yeah, where y'all from?
We're from Elkhorn, Wisconsin.
Oh, we drove through Elkhorn on our way here.
That's awesome. Yeah, we went to the Pence one in Waukesha, and it was really small. So we didn't realize how big this one was going to be.
Huge.
But we got here at 2:30.
Wow.
And it took probably an hour and a half to get just to the gate here. And then probably an hour more to get in. And it was so neat. Like, Trump fans are the sweetest people ever, because
It's been incredibly nice.
No, truly, that was kind of the unexpected. So she really wanted to see him, but we were in a spot where the teleprompter hid his face. And this one man held her up so she could see, and then this lady saw it, and she's like, "Oh, guys, come on through here," so that she could see his face.
How was it for you?
So cool.
I had a lot of fun.
Did you? Did you get to see Donald Trump?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think of Donald Trump? That's a good answer at your age. That's a good answer. That's a perfect answer to have at your age, like, which is great. Now, you said something that just got me, if you don't mind me asking. You said, like, everyone is doing so great. It was kind of surprising.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, you never know what to expect. We've never been to a political rally. This one's particularly important to me just because the different political ideology of each candidate, and this is the first time, like, I always wondered growing up, like, racist and, like, left nasty messages, and I couldn't figure it out. I was like, we can agree to disagree. That's just crazy. And so.
Have you ever experienced anything like that in your life?
Never. I'm in the, field of education, and now I teach her and my other two at home. And the field of education tends to be liberal, and I've always known that and been okay with that. But I've just never in my life been called racist, like, ever, until this. And the sole cause of it was just somebody found out that I was a Republican, and yeah.
Let me ask you.
This was an educated lady. She's a college professor and teaches elementary, and I just went, what? Like, where did that come from?
Wow. Do you follow kind of step past that? Because I'm curious, as an educator, and as a Trump supporter, Republican, however you want to go about it, do you feel pretty solidly that Trump has a platform that really pushes for education?
I do. I actually, and a lot of people in education would disagree with me because the funding, but I really like that he supports school choice. And it's funny, when I was a teacher and not a parent, I didn't like school choice. But now that I'm a parent and I have 3 kids and,
Tell me a little bit more about school choice.
And I think that's so important because if you think of education as a business, it's competitive and you want good schools, and it gives them that much of a boost when they know that they're essentially competing against a neighboring district. And I think it's good for all the schools because then they can work together to make each other better,
Do you think that helps as well for people that are coming from underprivileged areas that might have that opportunity to then go ahead and put themselves in schools that are maybe not in redlined areas, that they're able to kind of move in that direction?
I do, yeah. I think that it's fantastic that you can live anywhere and choose to send your kids to different places. I think that sometimes in the poorer communities, it would be, I don't know, sometimes people associate poor communities with terrible schools, but it's not necessarily true, if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah, and so, but I think every school has kind of a different climate and a different culture, and I think it's so important for your family to be able to go into that atmosphere and decide, is this the right fit for my family or is it not?
Sure.
So one of our viewers asked if you believe that Antifa exists.
Oh, most definitely, yeah. We were actually, when we were at the one in Waukesha, we didn't end up going in because I had my 5-year-old with me, and he just wasn't quite having it, so it took us a little while to get to the gate.
He's a big Biden guy, huh?
Yeah, no, here's the, sorry.
He's like, Mom, no, I'm drawing the line here. Juice box and some Capri Sun or something, I'm not going in.
Right, it's been a long day. Okay, so anyway, there was a man there holding up a Biden sign, and somebody whispered like he's an Antifa person, and I don't know if that's true or not, but I do know that his word choices were not the best. He's like, he said, Black Lives Matter. I'm like, yeah, they do. That's awesome. I'm like, certainly. And then he goes, you shouldn't be here. I'm going to bring all my people back. And I'm like, what is that? So finally I said, hey, and there was some choice language. And I said, hey, there's children here, and I would appreciate it if you want to talk that way. And then some other more vocal Trump Pence supporters kind of intervened and told him, hey, there's kids, watch it.
Right.
But yeah, I think you can see in Kenosha and in Seattle and the different places. Kenosha was where, when we first got married, we had our home there. And just to go through there and see it all, so many buildings burnt down, so many businesses that had been there for years just burnt down. I don't think that, those are just average people upset about something. I think it was an organized crime. So.
Segueing away from Antifa for a second, because I'm always very curious with education. Do you feel that politics is something that's being put into the school systems, like the education platform, early on now, or is it being pulled back? Where is it at right now?
What do you mean by that?
Like educating young people about politics.
I think it's so important. That's one of the reasons we're here.
That's great.
The Pence one I told the kids about, and we went there and they got to kind of witness what it was like. and that sparked an interest in Sally, and she wanted to do the Trump rally. And so again, that's why we're here, because she wanted to. So I said, okay, let's do it, not realizing just quite how big it would be.
Now, if there was a Biden rally tomorrow, would you go to that?
Would you go to a Biden rally if there was a Biden rally tomorrow? I don't know. You don't know?
Another good answer.
You know,
because who knows, right?
If it was close, I probably would go, because I'd be curious just what he has to say. Oftentimes when you look at the Biden platform, I know they're pro-abortion, which I'm very against abortion. It's my understanding they're not for school choice, and I'm for school choice. But it would be neat to kind of hear more about the reasons, because I feel like a lot of it, when he's on TV, a lot of it is, we don't like Trump and we don't like what he stands for, but I don't hear a lot of like what he stands for. And I think it would be neat to hear, like, what do you stand for, and what are your reasonings for, for what you do?
I completely agree, and that's why I looked through the debates. I was really looking forward to it, because I'm like, they had the platform developed, and the questions they were going to ask, I'm like, oh, this is going to be great.
Right.
And then it just deteriorated into what they've seemed to become now. But
like I said, I've never seen so much just hatred by people for somebody saying, hey, I'm a Republican or I'm conservative. And so that's kind of the surprising part. And I hope the divisiveness ends and people can come together and just have clear conversations about politics and, less bullying, less name calling, more. And I'm sure it goes on both sides. I'm sure, there's some Republicans that do it. I just haven't heard that, because for the most part, people know I'm conservative.
Yeah. Okay. Mind if I ask you a few quick questions? Cool. So there's a lot of big things happening in the world right now. Yeah?
No.
It's a good point to freeze.
So where are you all?
In America, it's like a battle, right? And I get that there's that view for a lot of people that it's just like a war. It's an all-out but it's wild because you don't meet a lot of people that are just undecided. So I feel like many of the radical left have been brainwashed. Anything. I don't feel that there's brainwash, but I think that there's, and I don't think brainwash is the way. I think people Republican platform, and it's like, and you hear that a lot of, like, it's like pro-Trump or F. I am always curious.